And suppose Nishita and I, we are the business owners of a small startup, and we are hearing about OKRs for the very first time. So, what will be your, I would say, the playbook that you will tell us to get started with OKRs?
Yeah, so, OKRs, it's not as simple as just reading a book. And I can tell you because that's kind of where I started, right? Everyone reads John Deere's, measure what matters, and you go and read a few, you go and do some searching online, but it's not that simple. So if you were founders of a business and you've never kind of done OKRs before, I would strongly recommend that you get some help. So we do work with a range of consulting businesses. Actually, we have relationships across the world, US, Europe, Asia, with people who are experts. And, if you, let's say, buy a job and you've never done OKRs before and you don't get any advice, chances are it's not going to work, because it's really not as simple as, once you've done it a few times, 1 or 2 quarters, everything sort of falls into place. So my advice firstly would be to get some consulting input, and it doesn't have to be a huge amount. It might be a total of a day of input from an expert over 2 or 3 sessions. But the first question I would ask is, do you have a clear strategy? And if not, then that's the place to start. So, some of our consulting partners call it the big moves. Are you clear on what the really big moves are? And of course, the first thing about OKRs to get right is that you don't focus on a lot of things. You focus on a small handful of critical things that'll make a difference. So that's where the consulting helps, because you might want to come up with 10 goals, but that's not doable, particularly in a small startup. You can only really focus on 2 or 3 things.